Alright YouTube, so this is going to be a very different video for the channel, something we've never really done before, but I just kind of want to talk about outer space and the shit that fucking scares me. Space is something that has infatuated me for the majority of my life. I love watching like documentaries and just anything and everything about outer space, just learning everything I can, because there is some wild shit outside of our planet. And it's just crazy to think that we are all living right now, because you're hearing this, you're on the same planet that I am, we're all sitting on this fucking ball in the middle of this just fucking black abyss, like this fucking huge vastness that we don't even know the limits of. We don't even know how big outer space is. Some think it's limitless. Some of us don't think that there is a limit, that there might be a limit. Maybe you can eventually reach the edge of space. We don't know. It's that fucking crazy. It's always kind of weird to me when I talk to people about space and they're not as interested as I am. It just seems like something I figure most people would be interested in. Like, you can have your hobbies, you can have the things you like. Some people like country music. I fucking despise country music. But this is something that we're all a part of. We're all a part of Earth. We are all inside of space. We are all floating around in fucking space. It's just crazy to me that some people just don't take, like, they don't care about outer space. They don't care about the crazy fucking shit that's out there. Like, there's a planet out there that rains fucking glass sideways, dude. What the hell? I mean, think about it. A majority of our lives are you wake up in the morning, you eat your breakfast, you go to work or school, you do whatever with the kids, take them to baseball practice, you go grocery shopping, you come home, you do your home shit, you get on the internet, play video games, whatever, watch some TV, lay down, go to sleep, wake up the next day, and do that. And that's the majority of people's lives. And to a majority of the human population, that is life. That is what life is about. But we are smaller than a speck of dust in what is actually out there and available in the existence, and what is possible. We don't even know everything that is out there because we can only see so far into space, and obviously there's really not a whole lot to space travel yet. We haven't taken humans to anywhere except the fucking moon. So we don't even know what all is out there, but to us, this is what life is, and shit like this just infatuates me, man. Just not knowing what's out there. But today we are here to talk about the shit that scares me, so let's get into it. To start things off, it's just the sheer size of things that are in the universe. Of course, we have Earth at first. So you walk around on Earth, you see a really tall building, you're like, God damn, that bitch is big. But then you realize how small it is in comparison to the actual Earth. But then, as big as Earth fucking is, you have something like Jupiter. Which, as big as Earth is, Jupiter is 1,300 times the size of Earth. Which means you could fit 1,300 Earths inside of Jupiter. That's how big this fucking planet is that's floating around the sun with us. Speaking of the sun, that thing is a thick bitch. The sun is so goddamn big compared to the Earth that you could fit about 1,300,000 Earths inside of the sun. So in other words, the sun is very, very fucking big. But did you know that in the scale of other stars and suns in the fucking universe, that our sun is actually on the smaller end of things? One of the biggest stars that we know of is Canis Majoris. Now, I don't know if it's currently the biggest star that we know of, but at one time it was definitely the biggest. This thing is so goddamn massive in comparison to our sun that if you were to put it in the center of our solar system, you swap out sun for Canis Majoris, it would reach beyond Jupiter's orbit. That's how goddamn big this thing is. I mean, picture that. We've already compared the Earth to Jupiter and the Earth to the sun, and how much bigger the sun is than fucking Earth, but look how fucking big this thing is in comparison to our sun. And this thing, as massive as it is, isn't even the biggest thing that we found so far. At one time, the Sloan Great Wall was the biggest thing we had ever found in the universe. It is an astonishing 1.4 billion light years across, and just for comparison's sake, a light year is nearly 6 trillion miles. But as massive as the Sloan Great Wall is, we have yet again found something bigger out in the vastness of the universe. The biggest thing that we have found to date is the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall, which is about 10 billion light years across, roughly about 7 times the size of the thing we just talked about. And in terms of miles, it's a 6 with about 22 zeros after it. It's so massive that it scientifically does not make sense. With the age of the universe, this thing should not be able to be this big in the amount of time the universe has been around. And just another way to give you an idea of how big this thing is, if for some reason you could travel at the speed of light, it would take you 10 billion years to get from one side to the other. Next up is one of my absolute favorite things about space, but also one of the scariest and most dangerous things, and that is black holes. These things are so fucking crazy. They're just pockets of space-time where the gravity is so fucking dense that not even light can escape it. It is just blackness. Light can't even exist inside of it because the gravity is that strong. Like, just saying that is crazy, man. Like, we know how gravity works. We have it here on Earth. But can you imagine gravity so strong that light can't even exist within it? Like, it's not even something that should even exist, man. It's literally like, can you imagine where there's no space or time? It's a spot in the universe where space and time do not exist. That sounds like not even real, but it is. They are fucking real. The thing is, we know pretty much everything about a black hole except what happens at the center. We know everything up until the event horizon, which is like at the edge of the black hole. Like, you know, everything around the black hole, all the shit swirling around it, light, matter, all that stuff, it absorbing things into it. We know everything up until the event horizon, and we don't know what happens past that. There's all kinds of theories out there. It could lead to another universe. It could lead to another spot in the galaxy. We possibly live inside a black hole right now. There's all kinds of crazy theories out there, but those are just theories. We know scientifically what happens up until the event horizon, and that is it. And one other fun thing about black holes is there are such things as roaming black holes. The name says it all. Black holes that goddamn move around in space. I don't quite understand it because the fact that a black hole is itself, you know, no time, space, matter, nothing exists within a black hole. I don't really know exactly what would cause one to move. There has to be some kind of force, I would think, that causes it to move. I don't know how else it could move. Or maybe it powers itself by absorbing matter. I don't goddamn know. But there are black holes that fucking move. Next up for shit that freaks me out from space is solar flares. Now, these happen all the time from the sun. It's just a high energy burst of radiation from the sun. It fucks with us here on Earth. It fucks up like radio waves and all this other shit. We have them all the time. But the thing is, we don't really have a way of predicting these. And at any fucking time, right now as I'm recording this fucking video, a solar flare that's strong enough could burst and wipe out existence. It could just fucking kill us all. End the existence of humans, and we could not predict that it is going to happen. And shit like that freaks me out, man. And in the same realm of solar flares, we have gamma ray bursts. Now, it's theorized that these happen whenever there is a really strong supernova that forms a black hole. It could emit a gamma ray burst. Or when neutron stars collide, they could emit gamma ray bursts. And these things are really, really powerful. They're very rare. They happen really far away from Earth, but they happen a few times in galaxies millions of years apart. So they're very fucking rare, but it's always possible. We live within a galaxy, we live in the Milky Way, that we could have a gamma ray burst within the Milky Way, and it would just instantly wipe out the fucking planet. And there's no way to predict it. We just would not know it's coming, and would just wipe out existence, much like a solar flare. And it's just one of those things that it could happen any fucking second, man. You just never know. And last up, for things that scare the shit out of me with outer space and the universe, is the universe itself, and the idea of it either being infinite or there being an edge. Now, I'm not somebody who believes that the universe is infinite. That concept just doesn't make a lot of sense. We have never, that I know of, have ever come across anything that's infinite. Everything in the universe dies. There's a limit to everything. Inevitably, there's an end. So the idea that something can go on forever just doesn't make sense to me. Like, say we had some kind of vehicle that could exceed the speed of light, and we could just travel and we would never reach an end. That just, it seems kind of crazy to me. But let's say there is an end. There is an edge of the universe. What the fuck is on the outside of it? Like, that's the shit that keeps me up at night, man. To think that the universe is finite, eventually there's an end to it if you travel in the same direction long enough. For some reason, you could reach the end. What the hell exists outside of the universe, man? That shit is fucking mind-boggling. If you're somebody that believes in, say, the Big Bang Theory, there's an explosion and life began. What the fuck existed before that Big Bang? That shit is just, I don't even understand it, man. And the universe is fucking crazy. I love everything about outer space in the universe, but there's just some things that I just can't grasp my mind around. And if there is an edge to the universe, there's the theory of the multiverses. There's other universes that exist outside of our universe. Whether or not you believe that, that's up to you. I'm somebody who's open to every theory and idea because they intrigue me. I like to hear it and get the idea and you know, kind of think about maybe this does exist. So say there are multiple universes. There's another universe right beside our universe. What is that space in between the multiple universes? You know, what is that area outside of our universe? That's the shit I'm infatuated with. There's no way we could ever know this. We'll never know this in the history of humanity, but it's just something that I like to think about. So there you have it, YouTube, a list of shit from the universe that scares your boy. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully I imparted some knowledge to you. You learned something new with the video. Maybe now you can stress over some of the shit along with me. We can have a party about it. This is actually a video I've had on the back burner for quite some time, and I'm finally glad that I got around to making it. I love talking about outer space with people. Hopefully you guys are as interested in this shit as I am, because to me, it's fascinating. Anyways, guys, if you went on to enjoy the video, or if you learned something new, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, follow me on Twitter, links to my social networks are in the description. And to the outro, later, guys.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, 'cause I don't fucking care.